I started to gain all the way back. This was the time in my life where I didn't think walking did anything. So it just was totally a disaster. So I was like, I'm gonna try to track calories. Okay, whatever. But knowing what I know now, I'm like, and no one told me. Damn it! This is just where it all went wrong. It is so exciting to get back into bed, you know? You guys, it is so dark this morning. What the heck? I live life with a constant sense of intention. From moment to moment, I know why I am here. Good morning, people. As you guys saw, it's so snowy today, and everything, it's just dark because look at the sky. It's gray. It's nothing. It's white. It's an abyss. So the house is so dark this morning. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Anyways, I slept with my hair in these braids because my hair is dirty, and I was like, I know today is like a hair washing day, so I was like, I don't want to have to re-braid my hair again when I do a workout. Like, I'm just gonna leave it so that my hair is already done when I work out, that I could wash it afterwards. But it was so uncomfortable to sleep in, and I have regrets, and I like literally didn't sleep well because of it. Anyways, my two previous videos I spoke to you guys about bulking, cutting, very specialized, detailed, in-depth videos. And then it dawned on me when I was filming my cutting video that I never shared with you guys basically my whole entire story of how I completely approached fat loss incorrectly the second time I tried to cut. And I just want to share with you guys my story so you guys can learn from my mistakes and understand what not to do and kind of what I wish I knew in that moment, because I feel like obviously this is going to be super helpful and I can't believe I haven't done this before. But first we're going to make some breakfast, and you guys are going to be shocked, but we don't have any eggs. So I think today's gonna be like a protein pancake morning, but like it's kind of fitting because again, I mean, look at it outside. It's also like a weird pet peeve of mine to like need the lights on in the daytime. So the fact that it's like this dark this morning that I need to turn the light, like I had to turn the light on in my room. I'm like, the sun, like do your job. Like, since it's a Wednesday morning, I'm gonna go and post a question box on my Instagram story because I've been wanting to do this every Wednesday. Oh, how cute. Throwback to Tahiti. TBG. Okay, I'm cutting the music party to give you guys a tutorial. So I'm using the Blessed Protein banana bread flavor. So I feel like I always stutter when I try to say that. And I'm only going to put like a half a scoop in here just to get a little bit more protein, because a normal serving is like 14 grams of protein. So this should add about another like 11 grams. So I just kind of do half a scoop, and it gives like a subtle little banana because this is dark chocolate flavor, and it's divine. And then just wait to see what we're going to top it with. This lighting is so bad. Anyways, let me just drizzle some maple syrup. But are these not the best thing you've ever seen? Actually, let me take a photo. These are my banana chocolate chip pancakes. So let me set the scene of basically what happened, where I was, like just basically how I went into this horrific phase of my fitness journey of trying to lose weight. This was hands down the hardest phase of my fitness journey. When I struggled the most, just the lows of lows. I was so low. I felt so lost in my fitness journey. I felt so defeated because I had such a clear vision from when I first started my fitness journey, such a clear like intention of my why and what I wanted. And I felt so defeated because it was like after 2 to 3 years where I thought that I would feel the most confident I ever had, the most just empowered that I ever had. And I felt the exact opposite. I felt like I knew nothing. I felt so confused, I felt so lost, and I just felt defeated. It was so not a good time. It was a very humbling time, but I feel like that was my like dark night of the soul of my fitness journey. I just was so lost. So essentially up until that point, my main focus was to gain muscle. I was always really thin growing up, so I wanted to build curves, I wanted to gain weight, I wanted to build muscle. So that was always what I was researching, that was always what I was learning, was how to put on muscle, not how to lose body fat. And so as I got older, naturally, I started to fill out more. I was eating more, obviously. I had gone through my second bulking phase. I was also drinking alcohol at that point in time. I was in college. And so naturally, I gained weight. And it started to make me uncomfortable. And I finally had the urge and desire to like lose body fat. And yes, I had gone through a previous cut beforehand, because this was after my second bulk. But in my first cut, in my first bulking season, I didn't gain a bunch of excess weight at all. So like me cutting was me just adding in some cardio sessions, and like slowly like I decreased a little bit of calories, but like I really didn't have a lot of weight to lose. And so just by me doing more cardio, I was able to lean out pretty easily. Let me show you some before and after photos. This was me like at the end of my second bulk. I still looked great, got so in my head about my body for whatever reason. I started to cut, and I took a very harsh approach, which we'll get into. I started to see progress, right? Here's that. But then I started to gain all the weight back and more because I took such a harsh approach to it that obviously was not sustainable. So then here I was after the fact. I gained even more weight back, and I was like totally beside myself because I was like, what the hell is going on? What did I just do? How did everything just backfire? Like I felt so stuck. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get out of that situation, of where to go from there. So then I kind of ended up sticking around that point for, I mean, plus or minus probably like 5 pounds. I think I lost a little bit of weight, but I stuck there for about like a whole year. And then a year later, I learned a lot more. I discovered new tools, new strategies about the proper way to lose weight, and everything just kind of clicked for me. I lost 15 pounds. I did get a little too lean for me, but overall, I took a way more mindful, slow, more stress-free approach, and my body responded really, really well. Okay, bye. Not me almost starting to cry. Someone in the question box said, I feel so strong and happy and secure in myself. You have truly changed my life. Chills. Like, this is just truly everything to me, and it's like, that feeling should be a birthright. And like the fact that my content in one way or another can help you guys embody that and feel that truly to your core is like that is truly all that matters to me in life. And the fact that having people feel that way is like really all that matters to me. I honestly don't even have words. I love that so much. That's so humbling to read. And I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching me, supporting me, being in my corner, actually listening to what I have to say and digesting it and applying it to your own life. Like, not only does it mean the world for me to feel heard, but it also means so much to me that it's like you guys are, you know, putting into practice things that have changed my life, and as a result, they're changing your own lives too. And that is just the most beautiful freaking thing to me. That breakfast always fills me the freak up. Whenever I make protein pancakes at the end, I'm like, like the Grinch when he's on the freaking, you know, when he's on the chair of cheer. Too early for this. It's only November 1st. Oh, also, actually it's November 2nd, but happy November. Anyways, we're gonna go do some at-home Pilates because like I said, it's dumping snow outside and it's Wednesday anyways, which is when I do my at-home Pilates, so that's not. Oh, I'm definitely gonna put this on. But anyways, this brings us to the first thing that I did wrong, and there's honestly two things in this one thing I did wrong that I have learned a lesson from. So like I said, this is when I was like learning like, okay, I'm trying to lose weight. What should I do? So first thing I learned was like, okay, awesome, calorie deficit, like say less, I can do that. I was like, okay, let's get a ballpark of what I'm currently eating at. Because again, I never tracked consistently. I didn't track my calories throughout my bulk. But I was like, okay, let's just see where I am to get perspective of like how I know what to do with calories, because like at that point I was like so stressed out for some reason. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to lose all this weight like now. I need to be in a deficit now. I can't waste time. So I was like, I'm going to try to track calories. Okay, whatever. And so I was eating anywhere between 2,500 and 2,700 calories at that point of my fitness journey. I was coming out of the bulk. This is just where it all went wrong. So I went online, like I said, looked up a calorie calculator, and you know how it spits out like, okay, this is your maintenance level of calories, this is what you need to eat to be in a deficit, whatever. So for me, it was like, your deficit, you should be eating 1,750, okay? And no one told me, damn it, no one told me that you're supposed to go into a deficit from what you're currently eating, / you need to be dieting down into your maintenance level of calories first before you go into your quote unquote deficit. Because what happens is your body is adapting, your metabolism is always adapting and, you know, regulating to your current intake. So my body was set and normalized and used to that 2,500, 2,700 calorie intake. And so where I went wrong was I thought that I needed to go into a deficit from my calculated maintenance, but I was in a surplus at the time. So what happened? I ended up slashing my calories majorly, which is step number 1 that is incorrect, that you shouldn't do. That was my mistake. You do not need to slash your calories by a drastic amount. I literally dropped my calories by 1,000. I went from 2,500, 2,700 to 1,750, which is almost 1,000 calories overnight. I didn't work my way down. I didn't slowly go into that deficit. I just didn't know that you can create a deficit from what you're currently eating and you will lose weight because your body's used to that caloric intake. So number 1 thing I did wrong was I completely slashed my calories overnight, slashed them, totally stressed my body out. I was so hungry. I didn't know, like, so that's why it was completely unsustainable. I was so hungry because my body was used to 1,000 more calories every single day. It stressed me out. My cortisol levels shot up. It just was so unsustainable and just not the proper way to do it. My metabolism like freaked out. Like when I look back at it, I just picture like an alarm going on in my body. Like, oh my gosh, we're getting close. We have a scarcity of food. Like my body freaked out. And the second thing that I learned, the second mistake, was that you only need to get into a deficit from where you're currently eating. So since I was eating already at a high level, all I needed to do was move down to like 2,250 calories, start there in that deficit, and I know I would have seen progress if I just dropped my calories from there, because why? My body was used to that higher caloric intake. So as long as I'm in a deficit from what my body is currently used to, I will lose weight. So when you're trying to determine your deficit and you're already eating more than what your calculated maintenance is compared to that calorie calculator, don't feel like you need to base it off of that maintenance. Do it off of whatever your true maintenance level of calories is, then subtract your your calories from there to create a deficit. Y'all, I really feel like a potato from my breakfast. You guys, I'm so hyper today. I have so much energy. It's not even funny. I'm so beyond psycho.
Together Pilates stance. Exhale, pull the abs down to lift those legs up to 45. Start your pump. Exhale. Let the left leg come all the way down, maybe to a hover as you keep your right leg up to the ceiling. Making sure that pulse coming from the abs. For 3, 2, 1. Let's lift in 1. For 3, 2, and 1. Flex. Squeeze down. Point to the left. Good. For 3. Flex. Good. Try to keep the waist long. Exhale. Feel that tightening from your core first. Everything lifts up. Hold the pulse up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Push your pubic bone into the floor, and we're swimming from there. Keep the low back as long as you can. 2 more. Strong through this bottom shoulder. Roll forward, plank. 3 push-ups. Back it up. Let's go. Hey.
Okay, Pilates class and dance class done in the books. And I want to bring us to the second thing that I did incorrectly. In conjunction, I also ramped up cardio. So I was always the type of person in my books, I would never do any sort of cardio. Like zero, zilch, none. I was like, I want all the I don't want to burn any more calories than I need to. I want all the calories to be going to building mass, etc. So I never did any cardio. I never had any step goals. So when I freaked out and I was like, I want to lose weight tomorrow, I added in literally 4 HIIT sessions. 4 HIIT sessions into my training routine in conjunction to me training like 4 to 6 days a week strength training, which is absolutely absurd, and they were really, really intense HIIT sessions. They were like 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, but the exercises were super, super intense, and I would do like 5 rounds of like 5 different exercises or so, and I remember I'd be dead. Like, it would take everything out of me to get through the circuit, and I was training so freaking hard. And if you watch my previous video of how to effectively cut while maintaining muscle, one of the tips I said was to not overdo cardio and to not exceed anywhere between like 1 to 3 max HIIT sessions, and that 3 maximum was like if you're only strength training like 3 times a week. So more of the story, I ramped up cardio way too much, and I focused on really high intense cardio because I was in the mindset of like, oh, the harder you go with cardio, the more calories you burn, your fat will be melting off, and just the more effective and efficient it was. And it is totally not the case. Like, all it did was, it was another facet, another thing that ramped up my cortisol levels, which is a fat storing hormone, which I spoke about in my last video about cutting. You want to be minimizing stress as much as you can. You want to be taking a stress-free approach to make sure that cortisol levels are in like an optimal range, so you are in a more prosperous environment for fat loss. So it just was totally a disaster, and that's just is my next tip. Do not ramp up cardio, first of all. Second of all, don't ramp up a ton of HIIT cardio. All right, you guys, this is just the harsh truth. It hasn't stopped snowing like this all day long, and the responsible, mature, kind daughter of me would go shovel right now, and I'm hearing a snowblower. I know I really have to go shovel, so I'm gonna go suit up and we're gonna go face the treachery because I'm already pretty much have a base. I'm just gonna throw on some sweatpants. And I'm sore. Okay, should I tell you about the next thing that I did incorrectly? I didn't know anything about walking. If you were to tell me at that point in time, and this is the time period of my life, because you guys know if you watch me now regularly how much I speak about how much I love having a daily step goal and walking, and I reference to the point of like, oh, I used to never think it did anything. This was the time in my life where I didn't think walking did anything. So if you were to tell me at that point in time, like, if I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not losing weight, and someone told me, oh, just walk more, I would be like, yeah, right, like, I need to go talk to someone who knows what they're doing, and I want to have listened. But knowing what I know now, I'm like, why did I not just walk? Because that was exactly what I needed, because my body was so stressed out. So that was the next thing. I didn't turn to a step goal at all. I wasn't walking at all. I was so sedentary because at that point I was just at a small campus. I briefly touched on this in my last video, but the reason why walking is so powerful is because it allows your body to burn calories because you're obviously moving. It doesn't really count as cardio per se, but it's more so just changing your lifestyle so you're not living such a sedentary lifestyle and you're just moving, and we still burn calories just in our activities of daily living, and that's the category that it falls under. So it helps with that energy expenditure to help to get you in a caloric deficit without stressing your body out. It doesn't cause, like, it doesn't have a high recovery time. Walking is good for that sense, and it also simultaneously helps to relax your body and help to minimize those cortisol levels to help create a prosperous fat loss environment, and that's why walking is so underrated. So if I could go back and tell myself anything, it would be to chill on the freaking HIIT cardio and actually go for a 30-minute walk every day and see how I feel, and then potentially increase from there. I'm wearing my grit beanie because I need to have some grit if I'm trying to go out there right now in the tundra. Ugh. This looks like I have that beard that, like, haven't you ever seen people who have the beard that's tied at the Oh my, oh my, oh my. You guys, I think it's my cue again to leave Utah. It's not even like I really, I don't know. I know I talk shit, but it's not like I actively dislike the snow. I just don't feel like I'm thriving in the snow. You know what I mean? Like when I'm like, okay, visualize your best self. Like it's me in a bikini pretending to be a surfer girl. Do you know what I'm saying? I just saw the damage. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm gonna have to hand shovel the freaking driveway again because I really don't understand how to use a snowblower. This is redonkulous, bro. All right, gloves, check. Okay, now this is like making me excited to go ski at least. Yeah. Oh my. You guys, I've been on one all day long. It's kind of peaceful. Look at that. That's kind of a lot. Look how much. Look. That's a lot of snow. Oh man, here we go.
Everything's alright with a violet sky on my skin. Ooh, baby, I feel high with a violet sky on my skin. Let me breathe deep, let me get away. There's no place else I'd rather be. Ooh, everything's alright with a violet sky. A violet sky must be violet sky, make the way. Ooh, violet sky, make the way. Ooh, violet sky, make the way. Baby, 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 violet sky, make the way.
Let me get something straight. So you're telling me someone like my Hawaiian soul sister, Rachel, if you're watching this, you're telling me you've never shoveled snow before. That to me is just inequality, injustice. That was honestly really tiring. Anyways, I got 2 packages from EHPLABS, and I'm pretty sure it's their new greens flavors, and I'm really freaking excited about them. Wow! Oh! I didn't know they were sending me these! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is their new, okay, this was for Halloween. They launched a new flavor for Halloween. It's called Voodoo Blackberry and Oxy Shred and Pride pre-workout. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I didn't know they were sending me those. Oh my gosh, wait, can I try that even though it's 4:30 p.m.? And I'm sensitive to caffeine. That felt heavier than normal. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. These are the 2 new greens flavors. We have it in passion fruit, which is, if you guys know, it's one of my all-time favorite Oxy Shred flavors, and guava paradise, which is my favorite for the Oxy Shred energy cans. Wait, can we try all of these right now? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, because it's leg day tomorrow, and that's when I normally take Oxy Shred, I'm gonna leave this for tomorrow, and we're gonna take that. Guava paradise or passion fruit? I'm feeling called to guava paradise. greens. Anyone who's ever tried the EHPLABS greens knows these are the best tasting greens on the entire market. It kind of makes you be like, what do you put in here? Because it's that good. I honestly need this because I've been so low on my greens game, just vegetables game. I have 2 rules when I'm taste testing. It can only be mixed with water. And if it's like a greens or like a fruity drink, basically anything other than the protein powder, it needs to have ice in it. I'm excited. Okay, ooh, smells so delightful. Here we go. Ooh, oh my God. Wow, this literally tastes like, this is giving me Starburst vibes. The pink Starburst. It's very similar to strawberry margarita, but I can't put my, like the difference is that this tastes more like a Starburst if I were to say the difference. Wow, this might be number 1. Damn, okay. If you're looking to buy anything from EHPLABS, LiftFit 10, what does it do? Gets you 10% off and supports your gal. Last tip, in case it hasn't been clear, a common theme within all the other mistakes that I've made that I've already shared. Oh my gosh, I'm looking rough. I need to go shower. But it is to take it slow. Take the cut slow. Like I said, I cut my calories too fast. I added in cardio too fast and too intense of cardio. Just everything, I did everything way too fast. I wanted it done now. I wanted to see results now. I wanted it to be overnight. And that resulted in me going way too hard on everything and completely overstressing my body out, making my cortisol levels through the roof, and obviously just wasn't responsive for my body. At first I saw results, but it all came back because it wasn't sustainable and it was too high stress of a protocol that my body eventually just could not keep responding. Go slow, there is no rush. I promise you, you're going to thank yourself in the long run, and your results are going to actually be sustainable at the long run if you actually go slow and you take your time. You slowly go into a deficit, you slowly add in cardio, starting just with some steps, then adding in a session or 2, not overdoing it with high intensity cardio. Like, I promise it goes such a long way, and that's what allowed me to really see results the next time around when I actually did finally see progress. So if you are looking to get serious about taking a realistic and effective approach to fat loss, you can hit this link up here. I'll put a little card, or I always forget, I don't know which side it is, but it'll take you to that video that I made all about how to properly cut, and it basically shows you step by step. I talk about training, recovery, nutrition, all the good stuff of how to properly go into a cutting phase, and specifically while maintaining muscle mass and any muscle that you may have built in a building phase if you're coming out of one.